Hello everyone, I'm Ryan, PhD candidate, Computer Science Department at Marquette. Today I'm going to present my data at scale course project. It's corticomuscular coherence DataBank, or you can say CMC DataBank. It's a graph database for neuromotor control research. The course instructor is Dr. Walter, Associate Professor at Computer Science Department, Marquette. The outline of today's presentation is problem statement with backgrounds and objectives of this project. Then the proposed solution, including data characteristics, data model, database architecture, and experimental result. And we'll also discuss the advantage of the proposed solution and limitation of alternative approaches. So, in United States, approximately 54 million population are affected by upper extremity disability. So it's like 6.8 million of them actually rely on assistive device for their daily living activities. So the target population of this research project is the individual with ALS or spinal cord injuries patients, or post-stroke motorcycle patients. So what's the economical burden of this target population? It's like with stroke alone cost in United States more than 46 billion annually, and it's projected to increase to 240 billion by 2030. So the current state of research, there is in this domain, researcher in neuroscience and computational neuroscience, they are trying to bring the brain-computer interfacing for controlling the assistive devices, like the EEG signal, can be decoded for sending commands to the assistive devices. So in biological, our brain structure, our brain cortex, actually the motor cortex and sensory cortex connect with the muscles, or we can say trunk, limbs. There is a two kind of transmission of information. So it's the ascending transmission from the muscles to the brain, and descending transmission from brain to the muscles. So this create an opportunity for understanding the coherence between these two type of phenomenon. So it's the corticomuscular coherence. So CMC. So it's measured the functional connectivity between brain, cortex, and muscle activities. So challenge in neurorehabilitation data management. There is a lot of challenge, and this actually barrier for a pathway to personalized rehabilitation strategies. So the first challenge is the complex relationship and complex structure of different sensor data, including brain signals, muscle activities signals, and movement patterns, and the non-stationary nature of neural signals, and also for neurorehabilitation, it actually needs a number of sensor type integration, and there is a complex temporal and spatial correlation between those data. So our proposed solution is a simple graph-based database for neuromotor research. So this is the concept. So it's the EEG signal from brain and EMG signal from muscles. There is a correlation using the corticomuscular coherence theory, and then there's some relation, temporal relation and spatial relation to the movement pattern. So this concept can capture complex neural motor relationship, and it's also enabling efficient querying for temporal and spatial patterns in the data set, and also integrates multimodal sensor data, preserving the relationships, and facilitate analysis of coherence across different movement types, different session, subject, and different conditions. Our graph-based solution architecture divided into three layers: the data acquisition layer, data processing layer, and graph database layer. So the input layer is the acquisition layer, and the output layer is the graph database layer, including the storage and query engine and analysis interface. So these are the data characteristics we are leveraging in this project. So the detailed specification of data is illustrated in this table. So you can see there's four kind of source type: the EEG, EMG, IMU, and movement data. So we consider to collect the EEG data using the OpenBCI 16 channel data. It's actually 250 hertz and 1024 samples. And EEG, EMG, and IMU data is collected using the Dell's Stringo wireless sensor. So it's actually simultaneously collect the muscle activation using EMG and the inertia measurement unit. And the movement data is captured using the Vicon 3D motion capture data. So for capturing the movement from the upper limb, so we need to place the sensor in appropriate position. So this is the position for upper limb rehabilitation. So first position is anterior and posterior deltoid, so it's actually capture the shoulder movements. And second one for elbow movement control. Biceps and triceps are based for elbow movement control capturing. And for wrist articulation is the flexor and extensor carpi radially. So this is the data processing pipeline. So it's take the EEG and EMG data and go through the signal processing steps like bandpass filter from 0.5 hertz to 50 hertz using Butterworth algorithms. Then signal average re-referencing. Let's go to the artifact detection and removal using independent component analysis and temporal and spectral feature analysis, including the time series, root mean square amplitude, or we can the spectral features like the different frequency band like delta band 1 to 3 hertz for motor planning, or you can say the beta band like 13 to 30 hertz for motor control. And CMC computation. So CMC computation actually done by using this COSC spectrum density equation. So it's actually calculate the coherence between two signal S1 and S2 using the power analysis. So the value of the coherence indicate actually the how two signals are mostly associated with each other. So it runs from 0 to 1. So 1 means there is ideal correlation between two signals, and 0 indicate there is no correlation. So in the literature, it's actually coherence less than 70% means there's not likely any association between these two signals, and greater than 85% there is a high degree of confidence between two signals. So our graph data model consists of these nodes, its subject session, and three kind of data and the coherence. So it's actually capture the hierarchical structure using the participant in that connect the subject with one or more session node. That actually and multimodal data integration using the has EEG, has EMG, or has movement relationship. And coherence analysis node actually this relationship actually connect the movement and coherence using the exhibits relationship. So this is our graph database architecture. So it's actually segmented into three stages: the data importer, Neo4j database, and retrieval engine. So the importer actually component for data preprocessing of multimodal signals, and Neo4 database actually store and manage the graph data structure. And retrieval engine actually is for optimizing data access and analysis. Here also you can see there's a cipher engine for temporal analysis or query processing for pattern matching. And In our experiment, we conduct a simulation-based experiment with our graph database. So we actually simulate the signals, like all of the signals for 4 kind of movements, like reaching, grasping, lifting, and releasing. So these are the simulation parameters. You can see we actually choose 4 parameters, 4 kind of parameters: base frequency, amplitude, range, noise level, and the sampling rate. So this is a sample simulated data of EEG, EMG, and movement signals of 4 type of movement. So in our analysis of the simulated data, we found like the peak frequency in grasping, and peak and max mean coherence in reaching tags. So here's some of the query analysis using the experimental setup. This is a cipher query that actually matches EEG and EMG record from the same session and correlates with relationship between those signals, and storing the coherence values, frequency bands, statistical significance, and phase lags to capture the brain muscle signal interaction. And this is another example of query that actually analyze the temporal pattern in EEG coherence for an individual participant. So it's written the session date, average coherence value, then channel information chronologically to track neurological pattern over time. So advantage of the proposed solution is it can capture the complex relationship between different sensor data naturally. So like graph data model capture the inherent connectivity of neuromotor data, and it's enable efficient query of temporal and spatial patterns analysis, and support multimodal data integration, like it's preserve the integrity of different kind of signal, including EEG signal, EMG signal, movement data, and facilitates the analysis of coherence pattern across different movement types and condition. And it also can be leveraged MapReduce for scalability and performance, like we can handle large scale of neuromotor data processing while maintaining optimal performance. And it will also enable the parallel processing, memory optimization, and improve the scalability. So what are the problems with the alternative approaches like relational database or other NoSQL database such as white column database? So if we consider the relational database, this will fail to adequately represent the complex multi-dimensional relationship in this data, and it struggled to manage the different temporal and spatial correlation analysis from the data. And the problem with the NoSQL key value or white column store is lack the ability to effectively capture the connectivity and relationship between different signal types, and it would require a lot of customization and development to structure the complex data and build the relationship in this data. And the streaming process engine, this may not provide the necessary data management and query capabilities for the in-depth analysis of this data, and the streaming processing could be more suitable for real-time BC application. So these are the references. Thank you so much.